When we are deeply connected with something, infatuated with something, great things happen. Infatuation drives our behavior. When we are deeply into something, deeply involved into something or in something, the likelihood of great things happening is very high. It's very high. My brothers and sisters, I welcome all of you with this Islamic greetings. Assalamu alaikum. And to my listeners and brothers and sisters in humanity, I welcome you with a very good day. Good morning or good afternoon from wherever you are listening to me. I'm a believer. I believe in a creator, and I believe it is Lord who gives and it is Lord who takes away, and I believe that glory be thy name of Lord. So, my brothers and sisters, I welcome all of you to my weekly podcast. But let me be very clear, I'm not a podcaster, nor am I a motivational speaker. I want to make it very clear. You might think that you are hearing motivational speech. No, you are not. I'm a commoner. I'm a commoner like you. I speak like you, talk like you, eat like you. In childhood, crawled like you, and then become sad like you. Happy like you when I achieve something, and then become baffled like you. I'm a commoner like you, and I want to share with you the things that I believe are common, that I believe are common to all of us, that you share, that we share. I said, when we are deeply into something, we achieve something, great things happen. The example I give is Zuleika, Yusuf Zuleika. You know the story, you have heard of it. Prophet Joseph and beloved Zuleika. Although Prophet Joseph or Prophet Yusuf believed in God and loved God more than anything else, and he couldn't do anything, any wrong. But Zuleika, on the other hand, wanted to do incest, wanted to do wrong. But Zuleika was deeply into that thing she believed in, she loved. She was infatuated with Prophet Joseph. And Prophet Joseph was a child, 9-year-old child, or a 10-year-old child. Since then, Zuleika was infatuated with him, and then Zuleika sacrificed everything, her honor, slaves, palace, good life, gods. She believed in different gods. She didn't believe in the gods of Joseph. She stopped believing in her old gods because she was infatuated with something, with someone, with somebody. She was into something, and she was deeply into something, and it was easy for her to sacrifice pleasure and comfort of the palace, to sacrifice pleasure, comfort, and then other things that she enjoyed throughout her whole life. She sacrificed everything. She had a lot of slaves. She freed the slaves. She had a lot of property. She gave away all property. She had big palace, and then she started living here and there on road in search of Prophet Joseph. And then ultimately God granted her prayer. When she was old, very old, lost her teeth, couldn't talk, couldn't see, lost her eyesight, God miraculously gave her eyesight back. God miraculously gave her Joseph back. She could smell Joseph from long distances. So the example I give is, you have to become into something. We have to become into something, become infatuated with something if we want to achieve great things. Some people call it compulsive disorders. Nikola Tesla was compulsive. He was possessed, obsessed. He was obsessed with something. He was possessed by the desire to develop something, invent something greater for the betterment of humanity. So we all have to be involved into something, deeply involved into something if we want to achieve something great. Common life can be led when we do common things. For example, you wake up in the morning, go to your job, do a good job, come back home, eat, dine together with your family members, gossip, and then sleep. Afterwards, it's common life. But if you want to become something, achieve something great, do something great for the greater cause of humanity, of course, and of it can be also personal benefit. But at times, when we do something only for our personal benefit, we become selfish and we still get a lot of pleasure, satisfaction. But if the goal is to do something for the humanity, for the greater cause of other human beings, for sacrificing ourselves, we become more happy, we become happier, we become more complete, we feel more complete, we become generous. Generosity is good thing. Generosity is great, not any doubt. I give examples of other people who are infatuated with something. Prophet Muhammad was infatuated with something. He didn't like the comfort he had. He married a rich woman, a rich aristocratic woman. He could enjoy his life with a lot of comfort, but he didn't. He was motivated, moved by something else. He saw the sufferings of the people. He saw problems, sufferings prevalent in the society, and he couldn't sleep well at night. So what did he do? He went to the cave, he meditated, he was deeply into something, he wanted to get the answers to the problems prevalent in the society, prevailing in the society. And after 15 years of research, 15 years of meditation, he was deeply into something. He meditated for 15 years. Can you imagine meditating for 15 years? 15 years he meditated. He was in the cave. He didn't do much work. His wife went to the cave with food, and Prophet came out of the cave after 15 days, sometimes 3 days, after a week, even after a month, came out. And the whole time he meditated. He wanted to get the answer. He was a social reformer. He was a prophet. He was a social reformer. He wanted to change the society, change the history, change the course of the history. He wanted to change the way people live. So he meditated. He was deeply into something, and ultimately he got something. And the another example I give is Gautam Buddha. Gautam Buddha was deeply into something. Gautam Buddha could live a great life of comfort, pleasure, luxury. He was born rich. He was born in an aristocratic family. Many say that he was born. His parents were king and queen. Many say, I'm not sure about it, but many say that he lived within the comfort of palace. He saw the great things. He saw all the beautiful things. There were comforts everywhere. There were enjoyments everywhere. But he wanted to go outside. He wanted to see what was happening outside. And ultimately, he did go. He saw the sufferings. He learned about it. He came to know how people outside the palace or boundary of the palace live. People are fighting, dying, crying. They were dying of hunger. There were diseases, fighting each other. Problems are rampant. There are problems everywhere. And then what he was into something else. He was trying to figure out the cause and then the solution. Causes of the problems and solution to the problems. He was deeply into these things. He was desperately trying, and then it became easy for him to give up the comforts of the palace. So when you are into something, I tell it to my students, I tell it to people, I tell it to people, I say it to different people, that if you want to achieve something great, you have to sacrifice something at the same time. My students want to go to Canada. They want to jump from the top of a mountain. They want to become They want to jump from a plane, sky jump. They want to enjoy themselves on the beaches all over the world. They want to go to Canada. Want to go fishing. Want to swim in beautiful swimming pools of the world, around the world. And I say, these are the things you want to achieve. And the achievements are great, big, success are high. To give something, you have to sacrifice something. You have to do something to achieve it. Become obsessed with it. I tell it to people, become obsessed. If you are obsessed with something, great things will happen. Great things will be resulted in. You want to achieve something? Want to achieve a good IELTS score? I tell it. You have to study hard. Work hard. Work really, really hard. So my brothers and sisters, if you are listening to me and if you think that you want to achieve something like great people, good people, something great, want to achieve really something great, want to become a great person, you have to sacrifice something. When you are obsessed with something, it becomes easy for you to sacrifice regular comfort so that one day after your great achievement you can enjoy more comfort. Thank you, my brothers and sisters, for listening to me.